Hello everyone! In today's test video, we're using the Modbus Serial Port Module CT-5321 and EtherCAT Network Adapter CN-8033 to communicate, diagnose, and test values in TwinCAT 3. First, open the I/O config software. Create a new project. Click on Project and select the serial port for your device connection. Right-click on Project and choose Upload Module. Now, click on the CT-5321 module. Go to the Configuration Parameters section and set it to Modbus Master Mode. Here are the other configuration details. Next, right-click on the CT-5321 module and select Submodule Management. Then, add the following commands. Next, click on the Added command. In the Configuration Parameters section, you can set the slave ID and starting address. Now, set the slave ID for the Write to Holding Registers command to 2. Once the setup is done, download the configuration. After downloading, open the Modbus slave software. Then, configure the parameters based on the added command. Set up the slave parameters. Once everything is set, connect to the master station. Next, set up the slave connection parameters. Select the serial port number used by the serial tool. Make sure the serial port settings match the parameters configured earlier in the CT-5321 setup. Then connect. Once connected successfully, the module's status indicator will start flashing like this. Now go to I/O config. Right-click on CN-8033 and select Online. Click on the first command and open the process data. In the Modbus slave software, we give the first command a value. I/O config can correctly read this value. Then, we write a value to the read command for zone 3. I/O config also responds correctly. Next, we write a value to zone 4. The Modbus slave also responds correctly to the value in Zone 4. After testing in IO config, we'll now test it in TwinCAT 3. First, open TwinCAT 3 and create a new project. Once the project is created, click on IO, right-click on Devices, and select Add Device. Choose EtherCAT Master, then select the network card connected to the device. Right-click on the device and select Scan. Once the scan is successful, you'll see CN-8033 appear. Next, let's run the software. Open CN-8033 and you'll see the preset configuration commands. Click on the Read Register command. Here, we can accurately monitor the slave device's values. Now, let's change the slave device's value and check TwinCAT. It updates correctly. Next, we'll test the Read Register 3 command. After modifying the slave's value, TwinCAT responds correctly. Now let's test Read Register 4. Again, everything updates as expected. Finally, let's test Write Register 4. We change the value in TwinCAT and the slave device updates correctly. After testing the data reading function, let's check the diagnostic module. Open the first command. Since all slave devices are connected, the value here is 0. Now, let's disconnect a slave device. The first 4 channels will show an error. Reconnect the slave device, and all 4 values reset to 0. Now let's test monitoring in IO config. We'll disconnect only the 4th command. And as you can see, only the 4th channel reports an error. Everything else stays normal. That's it for today's video. See you next time.